doing back there?
Oh, Hybrid isn't part of Hallmark. You're supposed to be reviewing Hallmark movies. Hybrid has been on the Hallmark Network, so stop complaining. Also, it has the same song and dance as the rest of the Hallmark movies, so it's basically the same thing.
Jessica is a struggling business owner of a coffee shop. Seems like the holidays are putting a strain on things. Not only that, but apparently Prince Jack, no last name, is looking for a chef to help for his charity Christmas banquet, and there is going to be a ball. Okay, Cinderella.
Oh, did I forget to mention that Prince Jack is also related to Gordon Ramsay in that he has the same accent and the same culinary pickiness as him?
You'll have to do better than this if you want to cater my event this year.
I'll have to do better? Prince John, I'm already the best there is. You can't do any better than me.
Sadly, I beg to differ. Now, go back to the drawing board and come up with something a bit more appealing. Something that says Christmas more than deconstructed caprese.
And tell me why the tenant just tells Jessica 6 months into being there that her business isn't doing well and she should just leave. She's paying you. Why do you care? Also, 6 months? Apparently fast food and food trucks are doing so much better than this place. She has 1 month. So, why are we doing this in December?
Why have the last 2 movies I've reviewed talked about people being Scrooges by Christmas time?
Have you ever been beaten by a wet spaghetti noodle by your girlfriend because she has a twin sister and you got confused and fucked her dad? Well, that's how it feels to drive a Ford F-250.
But Prince Jack smells something delicious and follows it to where else but Jessica's restaurant, and drawn in by the smell of meatloaf and cinnamon rolls.
Mushy peas!
Yeah, I can't say I've ever been drawn on to those foods. 1, because I smell them every day and make them. And 2, this man turned down multitudes of chicken and all kinds of fish for a ground up piece of meat with onion and ketchup. Something that you can make at home. There is fish with caviar sitting over here, and then he's like, there's ground up meat that has smelly onion. Where do I sign up?
And Jessica is so rude to Prince Jake. Oh, I'm so sorry, it's...
Told you she wouldn't know who he is.
Know what? Who is he?
Prince John?
It's gonna be Jack. I'm not changing it because IMDb says so. And later it's reviewed why, but also... Stop it.
After talking for a bit, Prince Jack asks Jessica to come on down and be a chef for the Christmas Eve party, and to which she says no. Of course her co-workers are like, the fuck are you doing? And she agrees to chat more. Oh, and by chat some more, she meant at her place by the restaurant and not her parents' house. Jessica is rightfully upset, but agrees after some convincing from her mama and is paid in Benjamins.
Did I also mention we have a week of catering? Hi, I actually work in the food industry, and by the time I'm actually making this is the week of Thanksgiving. Let me just say this now, that this probably would be a disaster. Mind you, let me say this now. The place that I work in right now has 400 guests. This place has 1,000. We are still struggling as it is. But the reason for that as well is because we have spent so much money and we have very little money being given to us because it's the holidays. But also, our food has been on back order. And also, it's the holidays. So let me just say this now. That back order is on back order. So no, you're not going to be able to get all that onion that you need for that meatloaf or whatever you're trying to make, because that's not going to happen. At my place of work, we have literally been on back order for turkey up until last week that I had to make 48 of them. So let me say this now. For me to even get 48 this following week, no, not even going to happen. We've been on back order since the beginning of November because all of this chain restaurant stuff, that's what they're planning to do, is take more. Yeah, no, this is not going to happen the week of Christmas, when half of the places are not even going to be open Christmas Eve or that day. A lot of delivery trucks are also not going to do it, or if they are, it's gonna be a, hey, I have to park on the side of the road because it's so badly snowing here, or, oh, hey, my truck broke down, so you're not gonna get it. This is just all in the world of reality.
So Prince Jack and Jessica become a bit closer. And by that, I mean she is so thick-headed that she cannot see that everything he's giving for her job is just to get closer to her. And he is falling so hard for her. My God, man, Stevie Wonder can see how in love this man is. But trouble arises when the queen finds out that her son has been with an American woman. Doesn't help that the old caterer is here to snitch too.
He's an asshole.
Pretty much, they tell him, if he fired you, well, the way you snitched, I can see why. But Jessica sees the papers of her being the new princess. If it was another woman catering to this, would it be the same thing? No, really, I'm curious. If they had a world-renowned chef, would that be the next princess? Whatever. Jessica shows Prince Jake this, and he's like, normal Tuesday for me. Kinda was bound to happen, and now she's upset? Like, I get being followed, but like, no shit this was gonna happen. Jessica gets a good idea to go to the countryside and see some small towns to get some ideas for help. They decide to do things that bring back comfort and good holiday memories. Oh yeah, and for some reason Prince Jack's mom decides to be a royal bitch and invites his wife, soon-to-be wife, on. I don't know, she starts to make things bad by saying Prince Jake is a goofball, and his mom is basically like, I don't like you because you're doing this event. And that's it. And for some reason, people are calling you princess, even though they were going to say that about any other woman around him. Jessica leaves, and leaves her parents alone with the king and queen as Prince Jack follows. After a generic flashback of everything with music and everything.
We've seen this already. You're showing me a thing as if I've never seen it before. I've been through this entire an hour and a half movie. Yes, I've seen everything. And this flashback is almost a minute long. Please do tell me how these two met once again, because it seems like it slipped my mind.
But in a twist of events, Prince Jack decides to give his parents a piece of his mind, and not only is Prince Jack there, but so is his assistant, and so are her parents to help with the event. Good for them, honestly. Best parents. The banquet goes on beautifully as Prince Jack and Jessica kiss. The end. Good. All the slow shots of food either being slapped into pans or diced in seasoning. They all look so good. I like Jessica's mom and dad. Reminds me of my own and act like they have good chemistry together. I do like how Prince Jack is just open and honest with Jessica about his life. He felt hard for her. I also like his assistant Rupert. His blanketed sarcasm hides well with Jack's laid-back personality. Prince Jack being so used to paparazzi is pretty much the most realistic approach, especially for a carefree guy like himself. I just love how Big Chevy didn't want to be in this movie, so they had to blur out the car logo. I do like the talks of happy memories and Christmas cheer. Makes it more relatable for the two people who live in two completely different worlds. Bad. The fact that Jessica was rude to Prince Jake. This is why you don't get service, lady. Like, I get he was in the kitchen and no one was around, even though he did make noise to indicate that he was there, and kind of broke in because the sign was turned over. Also, you didn't lock the door. Hello! But what if he was, like, talking to the chef, Ernie, or maybe Prince Jake had food allergies and wanted to let him know, or how about this? One, the two were chatting, or could have been friends. Paparazzi is only 4 people, and one of them is Jessica's dad in disguise. They never use their flashes either. If a prince was out and about, I assume there would be more, but whatever. Jessica is so negative about everything needing to be her way and how she's not going to fall for the prince, and how everything is falling apart even though everyone is just as chill as a cucumber. The commoners, she's an American thing, is overused to death. Just say you don't like her or just keep your mouth shut. There's nothing more annoying than old snobs holding on to tradition that isn't even tradition anymore. It's just a title. Prince Jake has never seen or been in snow, and yet he escapes the palace, and it snows in England, you dits. And also, they just talk about it. They don't even go in snow. Actually, they drive back to the countryside where it's snowing, and he doesn't say, oh my God, is that snow? Or what is this white blanket thing? Ah!
For all the food they showed on screen, there sure was a piping hot steam full of none of them, or any plates of people eating them, or a mass amount of chefs, or panic from Jessica and the 2 other co-workers trying to keep up with the catering. But God forbid we have time for mommy's not happy scenes.